Hello there, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to your August 2026 reading. We're going to pull some cards for you, see what messages are coming out. Thank you. And we're going to have a quick look at some major astrological influences for your month ahead. So we are in eclipse season, guys, and eclipse season, of course, can bring about some shocks and surprises and some fated events. Eclipses essentially are portals, and we can choose to step through them, and you really use the energy to our advantage. It's great for closure, for growth, spiritual growth, to follow your dreams, and maybe welcome a little bit of mystery and magic into your world. So we've got a solar eclipse, which is a new moon in the sign of Leo on August the 12th. And of course, a solar eclipse is like a new moon on steroids, right? So it's some big energy. But this can be really great for opening up portals of opportunity. And so, whatever opportunities that you're looking for, this can be a great help and support in this energy. New moon in Leo, think courage and bold and brave and big, lively energy. We then have August 27th, a lunar eclipse, and this is a full moon in Pisces. So look back over the last couple of years to the new moons that we've had in Pisces, and this can be a big clue for you as to what may be closing out in your world. This can be a big energy and a big help for finding closure, for letting go of cycles in your life, and perhaps sorting out some issues somewhere. A full moon in Pisces, right? Again, lunar eclipse, like a full moon on steroids. Full moon in Pisces, pretty big energy anyway, very emotional energy. Pisces is, of course, tied to our 12th house in astrology, which can very much be about endings, right? Last sign of the zodiac representing the last house. And so this is our spiritual house. This is where we delve into our subconscious. It can be a very healing house here. It can also be one of spiritual awakening with this, but it can also, again, endings can really come to light here, even if it's just to show you what needs to end in your life, in your world. But this can be, right, a culmination of the last big cycles that you've had, and something may come to fruition. You just never know what's going to happen with eclipses sometimes. So be open, right? Be open and step into the flow, right? Because again, spiritual enlightenment may come in some way, shape, or form here as well. We also have a major manifestation portal for you. August 8th is the day that this energy is at its peak, right? 8-8, right? This is the Lionsgate portal happening on August 8th. This is where the sun in Leo aligns with the star Sirius, which is our spiritual sun, Orion's belt, and the earth. A surge of spiritual energy, heightened intuition, deep transformation, and amplified manifestation potential. So it's a really great one to work with. This one is extra potent because we do have Jupiter in the sign of Leo here as well. So really big amplified energy. That Lionsgate portal opens on July 26th, closes August 12th, but again at its peak, it is on 8-8. So really embrace that cosmic alignment. It is very ancient. It does go back way back to ancient Egypt, and it does signify the time of year where the Nile flooded. It's a time of abundance and fertility, right? And so maybe you reap some rewards by using that energy. Let's see what's in the cards for you guys. And we've got Ghostlands coming up here first for you. Doesn't that look a little bit kind of frosty and chilly? It is card number 17. So we do have a little bit of influence from the star card, from some Aquarian energy. And of course, Pluto is in Aquarius, bringing us great change, not just to us personally, but also collectively for humanity. And what the universe is telling you right now is, you see this looks like a little bit like a clock, right? The universe is telling you right now to focus on the present, to be present in everything that you do, but also use the energy that is around us right now. This is an energy representative of a little bit of time, right? The future has not yet been written. Always in motion is the future, right? Because the future can change based on your energy and your actions and your decisions today. By a similar token, the past cannot be changed. It cannot be rewritten, I should say. And be cautious when we're looking on the past, because we do as humans have a kind of little bit of a habit or a propensity, if you will, of putting on rose-colored glasses when looking at the past. We misremember things, recollections vary, right? And especially with any kind of sad or traumatic events, our brain is there to protect us from things, and sometimes it rewrites the story a little bit, even though that's not necessarily really what happened. So be cautious a little bit about spending too much time in nostalgia, too much time in the past. But this can also be a really big indicator that in order to move forward with the future, there's something that you need to deal with from your past, and you need to deal with it in the present. Okay. So, and this can really be what some of these eclipses are about, especially the lunar eclipse, the full moon in Pisces, 12th house ending energy, right? On August 27th. Okay. So what do you need to let go of to free yourself so that you can move forward into a better, brighter future? A little bit of a thought-provoking message. We also have coming to life. Beautiful. Coming to life, card number 29, right? Look at this. We've got a beautiful butterfly of transformation here. She was a statue by the looks of it, and now she's like springing to life. She's coming alive again today. So, this can represent that there may be something that is blossoming for you, perhaps something that you've been waiting for or working towards. And so there's something coming to life, something blossoming. This can also represent, right? This is, a storyline for you, right? Something in your present that you're dealing with. Maybe it does represent closure or letting go or making changes from past patterns and habits and behaviors. And what happens when you do that? You spring back to life and you regain, you reclaim your true potential. This can represent that you are feeling a little bit better. Maybe you've been through some, challenges the last couple of months, or perhaps you've, kind of been caught up in those dreadfully, sometimes misleading, by the way, news cycles and things like that. And this can be a month where you're just feeling a little better. You're just feeling like, okay, I'm ready to come out of my shell. I'm letting go maybe of getting caught up in these news cycles, right? Perhaps I'm learning that there's a spin on everything, and maybe I'm finding something neutral and I feel better about that. And now I can, feel like, I can, go outside, or that there's a little bit more hope for the future. So whatever it is for you, we're springing back to life, reclaiming your magic, reclaiming your sovereignty. And this can be a really exciting time for you in August. We also have here professional assistance. Okay, so some of you have been working towards some career goals, some professional goals. And this can represent that there may be someone important that either comes into your world, or that maybe you already know, that can give you some sort of help and support in some way. Now, this might be someone to bounce some ideas off of, to brainstorm. This can be a collaborative effort here as well. You might just support each other, and this can be a really beautiful partnership. Some of you here, in order to get ahead, you may actually need to, what should I say, team up with like a professional company, right? So you might need legal assistance. Maybe you need to hook yourself up with a recruiting firm, right? That kind of thing. There could even be an opportunity here for some of you to go back to school. It's never too late. You're never too young, you're never too old, right? Just to hone your skills, or maybe some of you are looking for one hell of a career change. Okay, but whatever it is, there is assistance and support here. You may also be in a position to help someone else with their professionally or in their career path. And this can actually bring you some rewards. You're making allies, and you're making those important connections. We also have deserving, and this is a consciousness card, okay? So this is definitely an energy and a message of coming back to life. Okay? If you've been through some stuff, right? Or maybe you've just found that you've been in a challenging period, or perhaps this is something from your past that you need to let go of, walk away from, right? Do you know that you are deserving of all of the success, the abundance, the magic that the universe has to offer? Do you believe that you're deserving of love and romance? Do you believe that you're deserving of safety and security and stability? If you've been telling yourself a different narrative, now is the time to turn this around. So you could be having a little bit of a cosmic reset here in the month of August, right? You might be just kind of really recognizing something that has been standing in your way, and you're recognizing that you have the power to change it. So never sell yourself short. Always believe the narrative, believe the message that you are deserving. You deserve everything. You deserve happiness and joy and love and success and prosperity and abundance and all the wonderful blessings that are around the earth. So big message there for some of you from Spirit. And we've got the healing light, a spirit card. There you go. The healing light. And so, yeah, so this is it's kind of really beautiful for you guys because, the healing light comes in and it chases away the darkness, right? It chases away the lack. It chases away the doubts and the worries and the fears, and it fills you with a beautiful, beautiful light. And this is, helping you, not magic, right? You have to embrace it. You have to welcome it in, right? You have to be willing to receive it. But once you do, it's like it gives you this beautiful, new, fresh outlook and perspective, not just internally within you, but also externally, right? There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, but there's also a lot of really crazy stuff going on in the planets and the astrology. And it's all here to bring us to this big reset energy to help us find peace and to help us find healing. And this is coming directly to you. Now, the healing light, this can also represent that you may actually be called to help or heal others in some way. Okay. So you might be ready for a career change. If so, then perhaps you're answering a certain call, a call to the light in some way. Now, it doesn't have to be a spiritual career path necessarily, but perhaps you have always kind of wanted to be in a profession where, number one, it's more fulfilling for you. Maybe something that actually helps other people in some way. So this can be some physical healing, mental, emotional, whatever that happens to be. So maybe you're, wanted to be a doctor, nurse, or, perhaps you're like, I want to be a massage therapist or an acupuncturist or, something, or perhaps you have a gift of energy healing within you or something as well. So, there can be something spiritual there. So some of you are really being called to your true path, your true calling. And so you might just need to figure out what to do with that. But it's a beautiful, beautiful energy, no matter what that represents for you. We also have here the King of Cups, beautiful energy. That can be a healing energy there, or you taking charge and healing. We've got the Two of Cups here as well. There's a symbiotic partnership coming in here. Can be, again, something that's already around you and you may just need to embrace it. But it can be something new. The King of Cups can be your energy, right? You're taking the lead. You're maybe, you could be starting your own business. You could be leveling up in your selected field. But the King of Cups is, yes, love and romance. It can be sweep you off your feet kind of energy, but it is filled with emotional connection, spiritual connection, compassion, love, kindness, right? And so this can be where you are the master of showing kindness to others, right? But there can also be a potential romantic interest coming in here with the King of Cups and the Two of Cups. Can be soulmate energy, true love. So if you're single, this can be a month that really does change the course of your future. You can have a fated encounter, right? Those eclipses, they work in very funny ways. So you could meet someone. So here we are with some of this other energy. We're clearing things out. We're opening yourself up. You are deserving, right? And you're believing in things again. And then the magic happens, right? That could be that too. But the Two of Cups can be you meeting your higher self. So this can be quite this spiritual, not I wouldn't say necessarily a spiritual awakening, because even if you are just kind of you feel like you're getting started on your spiritual journey, we often do start long before we recognize it, right? And so this could be like a couple of years that maybe you've just started to recognize some numeric patterns around you. And, but now you're like kind of feeling the shift. You're feeling something different. Others of you here, you've been on your spiritual journey for a long time. And again, you're going to feel quite the shift. That king is no joke, right? That king is like master. And so this can be beautiful energy where you're meeting your higher self, or maybe you have more potential this month to connect with the spiritual realm, right? Through meditation, through some divinatory practice, maybe professional assistance, right? Maybe finding that practitioner that can help you on your journey, maybe even do like a past life regression and that kind of thing. But whatever it is, there's partnerships here, and the partnerships can be romantic. It can be an increased connection with someone in your life that you already have, maybe your spouse or a significant other in some way. Your connection is deepening, or maybe you're even reinvigorating that connection. But it can be friendship. It can be partnerships of all kinds, including professional and business, right? It is people coming together in a really positive way, and you may help each other and recognize, your symbiotic kind of nature. We've also got the Seven of Wands right underneath that deserving card. Okay. The Six of Cups is here as well. The Ghostlands, Six of Cups, similar energy. Okay, very similar. And then we have the Alchemy of Death, which is the Death card. Okay, so this is, you're having a spiritual awakening here. You're getting stronger by the minute, easier to connect with spirit and the angels and your guides, maybe even your ancestors, your past loved ones, this kind of thing. Because the Death card, your biggest energy, okay, and it's the power of change. And the funny thing is, this card says so much. We could have just gone from the first two and skipped to this one, because the Death card, it's the death and rebirth, right? So all things must come to an end so that something different or something new or something better can come in, right? Can blossom. And these two cards here, right? It's for the past, present, the future. This one here, coming to life. It's like rising from the ashes, right? We've got the butterfly on there. It's a metamorphosis. And so this can be really beautiful for you. For some of you, you've been going through this for a while, and so you're being very aware of it. And, this is when you really recognize what you've been going through and why and how it benefits you. Okay. You're stronger, more confident, Seven of Wands. Okay. You're overcoming things. You're overlooking something here as well, right? We're looking at things from a higher perspective here. Okay. But you're recognizing your own strength and your own power. The Six of Cups, very much in the present moment. Okay. Looking to the future, but not getting ahead of ourselves, right? And clearing out anything from the past. Now, with the Six of Cups and the Death card here, right, there could be something from your past that is coming to an end. Again, we've said that already. But there could also be a return. Okay. Now, this can be a return to self. Okay. This can be a return to something that you want, right? It's children, right? Children are represented on the Six of Cups typically, right? This one's a little bit of a different deck. And it can be someone coming in and giving someone a gift or help or guidance or support, or saying, "Hi, I used to know you." And when this particular card is in the upright, this is a return that is welcome. So it can be things like bumping into an old friend, um, professional assistants, maybe bumping into someone that you used to work with, and you get talking, and this can be like a really positive reconnection. This brings change, death card, change into your life, positive change, right? This can be just revisiting something from the past and understanding in the present moment why you may need to let go of this thing. This can be a revival of a childhood dream, right? So the Six of Cups, you could get a gift, some help, a sweet gesture, but it can also be something from your past that is coming in, whether in the physical form, whether it's something, mentally, a memory, okay, or something that, again, you are healing from and you're releasing. But this Death card here can bring about all kinds of change. And there's alchemy involved here, right? Alchemy is, making something out of nothing or making something different out of, it's elemental, right? So, you might start out, they say the old story of turning lead into gold, right? And we can do that spiritually, we can do that metaphorically, right? But change, transformation, and rebirth is here for you guys, and it can be absolutely wonderful. But again, just like we had that coming back to life, right? This is you, this is your journey, and it's beautiful. So we can have small changes, we can have big changes. Changes can come in slowly. Evolution and growth doesn't happen overnight, but this can be where you are beginning to recognize and see some of the results of what you've been going through. But this can also be where you are getting clarity on what you need to change. And that in itself is one hell of a gift, because sometimes we're just blind to things, right? And so you are awakening to a whole bunch of stuff. Let's grab you some beautiful big energy, but yeah, you may have to let something go. All right. But it's for a purpose. We've got divinity, those angel wings, right? You're being guided, you're being blessed. We've got love, you're being loved as well. And we have macrocosm there as well. So again, with divinity, you are very much being connected with spirit, with your higher self, with your guides, right? All this beautiful spiritual energy around you, showering you with love and healing energy. This can also be that you're being guided to a special kind of someone, a soulmate, if you will, okay? And this is like very magical kind of connection. Again, we've got the Two of Cups that has shown up for you, okay? Macrocosm here can be very much about changing your perspective on things, okay? You're seeing the bigger picture. You're not focused on the minutia of life. You're looking at the big things, right? The overall energy, the overall picture. Sometimes we get too caught up in the little tiny things, right? And when we let those go, right, we tend to kind of look at things from a different perspective. We look at things in a different way. We're more open-minded, and we're certainly more open-hearted here as well. Okay, so think big, right? Think big. This can really be helpful for you. But some beautiful messages coming in here for you guys. All right, I'm going to leave that there. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If so, please do hit that like button. It really does help my video get seen. It's I don't know what in the world's going on with my channel, but it's really not getting out there right now. So I don't know, I didn't change anything. So anyway, but it's not why I do this, but certainly helpful. So I do appreciate that. And drop a comment down below as well. Say hello or drop a heart. I'll heart you back. And if you do enjoy my content, please do subscribe to my channel, and then you're more likely to see whenever I put up a new reading. But I hope you have a wonderful August. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.